And finally, War Games is here. Anything goes. The only way to win is to make one of the opposing team submit or surrender. Bloody and battered, but they celebrate their victory here tonight at Desolation. This is how it ended. Edge and the Commissioner's team may have been foiled, but tonight is the night where we will remember the Bullet Club reigns supreme. And we are ready for tables, ladders and chairs for the NLW World Championship. Shawn Michaels puts the championship on the line against the former champion CM Punk. How high did Shawn Michaels kick CM Punk off of? 20 feet, 25 feet, and it was a risky game. Throughout this matchup, Michaels has retained the World Championship. Shawn Michaels is still your NLW World Champion. One stop down, now we are on the road, straight and narrow, to WrestleMania 3. And it is going to be a hell of a night tonight as all of the wrestlers on NLW try and battle for position to try and get onto the showcase of the Immortals itself. WrestleMania is only 4 episodes away, and tonight, title matches and more could decide the fate of many of these wrestlers heading into WrestleMania, including the American Dragon Daniel Bryan. Over the past couple of weeks, he's been pleading for a challenge, and tonight he makes an official challenge to any wrestler in the world for WrestleMania. Will he get one? We will find out. But also, Shawn Michaels last night successfully defended the world title in TLC against CM Punk. Tonight, Brock Lesnar stands in his way. Lesnar last night at Desolation said he would challenge the winner of TLC. And hell, I don't have the guts to tell him no. I'm sure nobody in the back has the guts to tell him no. So the title match is on. But that is not the only title that is going to be decided here tonight, because we're going to kick things off with the Intercontinental Championship being defended. And about to make his way to the ring, the Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, the man who won the Royal Rumble from the #1 spot, and that means he will head into WrestleMania to challenge the World Heavyweight Champion. But will it be Shawn Michaels or Brock Lesnar? However, you see, he is the Intercontinental Champion, and well, it's that championship that entitles Seth Rollins to a title match anytime he likes. It almost acts like a Money in the Bank, in the sense that he can cash it in anytime he wants. And that is why he is going to put it on the line tonight. Of course, Seth Rollins will get a title match at WrestleMania, but if he wants to, he can throw that match into chaos by cashing the title in the interim and getting a title match. But nevertheless, Edge here tonight is going to get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. And can you imagine if Edge were to win that championship before WrestleMania and potentially cash it in before WrestleMania? He could become the champion and then face Rollins again at WrestleMania. But there you see the sit-out powerbomb. The match is underway. Now they're trading covers. A roll-up, and again Bridges in, but Bridges up and a side kick. An NZ, but instead the spinning heel kick from Edge, the so-called Ultimate Opportunist, although many feel that he is not deserving of that nickname anymore. There's the Edge-O-Matic, planting Seth Rollins face first. At Insurgents, Seth Rollins beat Edge with the Intercontinental title on the line. Then at the Royal Rumble, Edge was number 30, Seth Rollins was number 1, and despite being the final 2, Rollins still won. Then Edge decided to align himself with the Commissioner. And there's a basement dropkick. Align himself with the Commissioner. And in War Games, as you saw at the start of the program, his team forfeited. In fact, it was Edge who forfeited for the Commissioner's team. But there's a Falcon Arrow on the outside. Edge is back. Smack dab on the concrete. And now Rollins trying to gain the advantage here. After Edge has pummeled him throughout this matchup. After all, Edge is going to be wanting some form of revenge after losing last night, but went for the frog splash, but had the knees up. It was last night in War Games that Rollins and the Bullet Club successfully defeated Edge and the Dudleys and Gallows and Anderson, of course, and it was Edge who actually surrendered for his team. But now tonight, that is a memory. Here tonight, can Edge win? Oh, he went for the spear, but a roll up, but a kick out by Edge. Tonight the title's on the line. Edge could throw WrestleMania into this array, but on his shoulders now. Into the buckle for the buckle bomb, and then the sling blade. Here's the cover, and he hooks the leg, but Edge kicks out. This is a rivalry that has lasted for months. Is it going to end tonight, or is it only getting started here again? And now goes for the ripcord, but a victory roll and a kick out by Edge. Or I should say a kick out by Seth Rollins, and there's the boot by Edge. Those long legs connecting in the face of Rollins. And Seth, he could bide his time. He could cash in the Intercontinental title and get a world title match early. But at the moment his focus is Edge, and there's the ripcord knee. Now can he capitalise? A curb stomp, and Rollins is successfully retained. But he misses Edge. Edge rolls out of the way, and now that neck breaker, sitting out with it. And Seth Rollins in the ropes. Edge is going to go for the spear again. Yes, he is. He misses his man, but runs out of the ring instead. Rollins dodged the bullet. The torpedo missed. And now Edge flies out of the ring from the spear. And now the Intercontinental Champion flying through the ropes. And the tope. And Seth Rollins, in my opinion, shouldn't be taking too many risks. After all, he's got a title match at WrestleMania he has to be concerned about. Win or lose this match, he is going to WrestleMania. However, as we know, Edge wants to ruin Rollins' time by taking the title, Intercontinental title from him, and oh, what the hell's... Oh, what is this? And we've heard this over the past couple of weeks. The lights have dimmed in the arena. And why now is it... Oh! Oh, what the hell? The referee's outside, checking on Edge, and in the ring! Muscle Buster! Following the Coquina clutch. Rollins is out. 1, 2. Oh, don't tell me. 3. Oh my God. I do not believe my eyes. That is Samoa Joe. And why the hell did he cost Seth Rollins' match? What's in it for him? But here we see Edge has lived up to the name, finally, of the Ultimate Opportunist, and he's become the Intercontinental Champion. Well, take a look at the replay here. Tope Suicida from Seth Rollins, and then the lights went out. While the referee was checking on Edge on the outside, he did not see what we saw, the Coquina clutch from Samoa Joe, and then the Muscle Buster. And it turns out that all of those ominous messages and everything we've seen over the past few weeks with the lights being dimmed and conquer, destroy, all of that, it was Samoa Joe all along. Was this a random act of aggression, or was he working for Edge, or does he just not like Seth Rollins? I do not know. But the fact is that Samoa Joe has screwed over Seth Rollins, allowing Edge to win the Intercontinental Championship, and now, with that title, he can cash it in at any time he likes for a world title match. It's certainly deja vu, isn't it? I mean, every single time I say I'm gonna put out one of the non-believers Everybody gets behind them as if they're some kind of underdog. We are the underdogs in this society. Society has sent us away and condemned us to a life away from them, but they cannot hide us anymore. Cactus Jack last night just became another victim, man, and he is back where he belongs, at home, whereas we are stronger than ever, man. And my followers, my family, they will put themselves through the fire, quite literally, to work towards a common goal, and that is to spread the message that the Wyatt family are the ones who are seeing reality. Cactus Jack wants to live in a fantasy world where he is a hardcore legend. Don't make me laugh. I looked myself in the mirror last night, pulling out thumbtacks from my eyes, and I saw myself in the reflection. I saw the god that I've become. Now maybe it was the thumbtacks in my eye sockets, but I could have sworn that Sting was nowhere to be seen. Well, I'll give him credit. He's smart enough not to piss me off again and get himself set on fire like I did the last time. After all of the mind games, after all of the tricks, he decided he was going to stay away last night, and I don't blame him. Now, was it cowardly? Yeah, it was. But Sting, I admire the fact that you're smart enough not to mess with us again. Now WrestleMania's around the corner, and although it is the showcase of the immortals, I certainly am immortal, Sting. I know a lot of people may be expecting a marquee matchup, something along the lines of Bray Wyatt versus Sting. But to all of those people looking forward to that match, I have some bad news for you. It's not gonna happen. Not because I don't want it to happen, but because Sting is too afraid to accept the challenge. This match ain't gonna happen because Sting don't want to mess with us. Now, we made an example of Cactus Jack last night, so for anybody who wants to step in our way, you got two choices. One, get run down, or two, follow the buzzards. Oh, look at that, look in the rafters, and he's here. Sting is here tonight, and, well, is he just going to sit there, or is he going to respond to the challenge? I don't know, but I certainly know one thing. Sting is not afraid of anybody, including Bray Wyatt. And, well, Wyatt, as we know, last night he had a grueling last man standing match against Cactus Jack. He endured fire, he endured barbed wire, thumbtacks, but it wasn't enough to keep Bray Wyatt down. It ended when Cactus Jack followed Bray Wyatt up a 20-foot structure and then fell 20 feet into tables, electrical equipment, you name it. But Cactus Jack last night was kept overnight in hospital for an overnight evaluation, and needless to say, things aren't looking good. We're hoping Cactus Jack recovers, but he will never be the same again. But that's what Bray Wyatt does. He targets and assaults people who make him appear weak in front of his followers. That is the method that Bray Wyatt has used to make himself a godlike figure, not only among his followers, but amongst several of the NLW fan base as well. And although Bray Wyatt may only have one blemish on his record in the form of Sting, the Wyatt family is a different story. Last week, Bray Wyatt chastised Kane in front of the world after he lost to Cactus Jack. Tonight, Bray Wyatt sent his army to try and prove themselves yet again. Kane, The Brood, and AJ Lee, in an 8-person intergender tag match, took on the sideshow of Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, Kamala, and Rosemary, and this is what happened towards the end of that match. And Kamala flat out on the mat. And there's a moonsault. Standing moonsault by Burchill. And here comes Rosemary to break it up. And there's AJ Lee to take out Rosemary. And now Thorne breaking it up. And now he's got his hands on Rosemary. But Luke Harper to the rescue. The tope. And now tags in the big man. The monster among men in. And Braun Strowman sets his sights on Burchill. But here comes Kane. The big red machine with an uppercut on Braun. But Braun moved out of the way of the boot. And all he got was Burchill. Meanwhile, AJ Lee and Rosemary fighting on the outside. Kane messing up for a second week in a row. And a third time, if you count what happened at Desolation. But there's a super power slam and a win for the sideshow. Poor Burchill got planted. But I am sure that Bray Wyatt is not going to be happy with Kane. Kane screwing up again and costing the Wyatt family a victory, but looks as if Braun Strowman's a one-man show here. Oh, wait! And what the hell was that about? He won the match and just decked Kamala. Well, the problems in the past couple of weeks have been between Luke and Braun, but oh my goodness, what a low blow. And a reverse chokeslam. Well, we know over the past couple of weeks that Braun has not been happy with Luke Harper. And now he's laid out his teammates. What's the meaning of this?
That's what you call disposing of dead weight.
Well, Rosemary, is she the one behind this?
There's only room for one monster here.
One monster apparently standing tall.
The only dominant force I need, Braun Strowman.
Oh, and it all makes sense now. Seems as if Rosemary's put all her eggs in one basket. Kane screwing up a second week in a row. Bray Wyatt will not be happy with that. And what about that huge shocker? Braun Strowman and Rosemary going solo. Rosemary cutting her losses. Luke Harper, Kamala thrown to the side. Braun Strowman, to her, is the star of that group and she will take him forward. And not only that, what a night it's been. I didn't even mention at the start of the show what happened with Seth Rollins, and apparently Samoa Joe helping Edge win the Intercontinental Championship. Edge has a golden ticket to the main event of WrestleMania in his hands and he can cash it in any time for a world title match. But where does Samoa Joe fit into all this? I for one hope to find out soon, but nevertheless, speaking of WrestleMania, Money in the Bank is returning. Yes, Money in the Bank ladder match will be happening at WrestleMania. The winner gets a shot at the World Championship anytime they want, and as we know, NLW will be going on a short hiatus after WrestleMania 3, but for the man who wins Money in the Bank, they have a shot at the world title as soon as they come back. Immediate advantage then, after hiatus. We're starting a series of qualifying matches here tonight, and some will also take place on Metal in the coming weeks, but the first Money in the Bank qualifier is a dream match. It is an X Division clash. The legendary luchador, Rey Mysterio, taking on the young, high-flying sensation, the man that gravity forgot, Neville. And they are face-to-face now in the centre of the ring. Rey Mysterio and Neville, two of this company's best high flyers, going at it. This is truly a dream match in the making. And you see now Rey on the shoulders of Neville. And now a sunset flip and a kick up by Neville into the basement dropkick. This is going to be a difficult match to call because of how fast these two competitors are. You saw the handspring and now gets kicked out. His legs kicked out into the ropes and Neville landed right on his head. The legend from Mexico versus Britain's own from Newcastle upon Tyne. And he lands on his feet from the reverse Frankensteiner. And now the head scissors takeover. This is for a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. Both these men want to be the top man in this company. And the corkscrew pressed over the top rope. Neville twisting in midair and clatters Rey Mysterio. Rey sent back in and Neville going for a suplex or a brainbuster maybe, but it's turned into a stun dog millionaire by Rey Mysterio and a tornado DDT out of the tilt-a-whirl. Rey Mysterio spiking Neville and now the double springboard moonsault hooks a leg with a kick out by Neville. Rey Mysterio as of late has hung around and teamed with the Lucha Dragons, but this is a one-on-one contest and Rey Mysterio hasn't had many of those since he's returned, but there's a super kick by Neville. Throws him into the corner. And again the cartwheel, crushing him in the corner. On the second rope, Neville measures his man. And the Phoenix Splash, but Rey Mysterio had the knees up. Rey had the knees up. Nobody home for Neville. And what is Rey planning here? Over the top with the Hurricane Rana. Flies over. And he has not missed a step in 20 years. Rey Mysterio flying over the top to take out Neville with a Hurricane Rana, and back in the ring now. Rey off the ropes, but a big drop into a freaking powerbomb. What impact! I think Rey bounced off the canvas off that forceful powerbomb from Neville. And don't let the high-flying tactics of Neville fool you. He is as strong as an ox and a roll through. A victory roll into a German suplex, and that's what I mean. Neville with such force behind his attack and goes to the top rope. Maybe going to look to put it away with the red arrow, but Rey back on his feet and leaps to the top rope. Such athletic ability. And the balance of Rey on the top rope goes to the Frankensteiner, but Neville lands on his feet, but not for long. Now he's in the ropes. Drop kicked by Rey. Rey sets up his man for the 619, dials it up, but oh my god, Neville caught the 619 into a brain buster. Have you ever seen anybody do that? He caught the 619 and my god, it's a thing of beauty. The Red Arrow, and Neville is going to WrestleMania. Neville is going to Money in the Bank. And I applaud both of these men. They whizzed through about 20 minutes of offense in about 3 minutes. That is how quick and fast-paced these wrestlers are, and I applaud them for that. But on this occasion, it was Neville who picked up the victory against the veteran Rey Mysterio. And to get a win against a legend like Rey, it sets you in good stride heading into Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. But, you know, to be fair to Rey, he's not going to give any excuses. There's the Red Arrow. Beautiful finishing maneuver from Neville. Rey's not going to give any excuses to the fact that he is, well, not competed in many singles matches here in NLW since returning from a major back injury. But Neville, the youngster, takes advantage of that, and Rey Mysterio puts out his hand, and the show of respect from Rey to Neville, passing on from one generation to the next. Rey Mysterio puts over the effort of Neville, and Neville will be going to WrestleMania, and he will hope to be Mr. Money in the Bank. And well, speaking of WrestleMania, still to come, Daniel Bryan will issue a challenge for WrestleMania. Who in the world is going to step up and face the American Dragon? We'll find out coming up next. Don't miss it.